Did.
Okay.
All right, you guys ready to just like roll on the floor laughing?
Yeah.
All right, why couldn't the bicycle stand up by itself?
I don't know.
Because it was too tired. Two tires. All right, awesome. All right, we got another person popping on here too. So again, on your side, I can allow you to talk, but certainly there's also the Q&A section, so I can pop that up too. It looks like, can somebody experiment with the Q&A section and pop something in there for me? And I'll see on my end if that pops up. It looks like it doesn't pop up unless there's actually a chat put into the chat section. And if you want to, you can, everybody can go ahead and mute their mics too. So you, let's see, we got one chat item. All right, cool. We've got a test, and that does give a little flashing orange light on my side, so that's cool. And I don't want to clutter this all up, so I'll just move some things over. Greetings from Mr. Grubbs. It'll be all panelists and attendees. All right, awesome. So it looks like the laughter has subsided finally, which is good from our joke. And we covered this the other day. I would like to start with a little bit of Dr. Seuss's "Oh, the Places You'll Go" today. So we're looking at this idea of who are you. We did a lot with how you are at school at the beginning part of the year and figuring out how to behave and follow the rules and get along with each other. So this book is a really good book, one of my favorites for figuring out who you are and where you're going to go in the world. So let's kick it off with part of this book, and then we'll roll through some of the presentation, and we'll maybe come back to the book at the end, and maybe I'll save some for next week, because we'll be doing sessions like this every Tuesday and Thursday at 8:30, just to give you a little bit of routine. All right, so congratulations. Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. This feels almost like I'm in the classroom. Almost. All right, let's see. There we go. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. And you are the guy or gal who'll decide where to go. You'll look up and here's Bean. Bean's back in the action. Let's get him here for a second. You guys can all see my big boy here. He's here to visit and say hi as usual. All right. You look up and down streets, look them over with care. About some you will say, I don't choose to go there. With your head full of brains and your shoes full of feet, you're too smart to go down any not so good street. And you may not find any you want to go down. In that case, of course, you'll head straight out of town. Beans wanting to get a drink of my glass of water. All right. It's opener there in the wide open air. We'll be back to that wide open air out there soon. Out there, things can happen, and frequently do, to people as brainy and focusy as you. And when things start to happen, don't worry, don't stew. Just go right along. You'll start happening too. Oh, the places you'll go. Here's the next one. You'll be on your way up. You'll be seeing great sights. You'll join the high flyers who soar to high heights. You won't lag behind because you'll have the speed. You'll pass the whole gang and you'll soon take the lead. Wherever you fly, you'll be the best of the best. Wherever you go, you will top all the rest. All right, we'll pause it right there and we'll come back to our lesson for today. So we'll have a little time maybe to come back to that at the end. All right, so we had our presentation about being yourself like a puzzle piece. And we had these cool puzzle piece people. Here's the one from Mrs. Kennedy's class. So it says, "We all are different, but we fit together perfectly." So that's from Mrs. Kennedy's class. They came up with that awesome idea of having that little heart on there like that. So the idea was all of us can be like this puzzle piece guy instead of like squishing ourselves into something that we're not. And all of those pieces fit together. It's so cool. I got the little puzzle piece guys here. So the way these puzzle pieces work is they fit together next to each other, side to side, and above and below. And they come out, they're stark blank. So everybody got to create their puzzle piece person and show who you are. And that was really cool. Here's one from Miss Lucas Savage's class. All right, so the idea here is there's 4 different letters, and the first one we'll start with is P. So this spells out paid. So when grown-ups grow up, they all want to get paid when they grow up. And they want to go places and do things that they want to do, like the story talks about in all the places you'll go. And a people person is just somebody who likes hanging out with others, playing, talking. They're just a little bit more active in just their communication, just wanting to play, talk. Maybe that's you if you're having a hard time sitting still in the classroom and you just really enjoy talking. And Sally here drew some pictures. We got color now from Tuesday to Thursday. We got version 2.0. Sally added some color. So a therapist is like a counselor. That's what I do. So I like talking to kids, and kids can come talk to me when they're having a hard time, or parents can too. So that's one of the people careers. I just really like people. And so that's one of the things I really like to do is talking. So that's a career that goes with talking. And if you want to, you could type some other ideas in the side here of careers that you like. And you also can type, "Hey, I'd rather open up my mic and share some ideas." But we had some other ideas for people careers. We have nurses right now and doctors that really care a lot about people, and they're helping them out. They're helping people out all the time when they're not feeling well. And there's other careers as well that are out there for helping people. And if you're an active person, you like moving around. You like to get outside at recess, and that's the fun thing that you like to do is get out there, maybe play some games and make sure you're not sitting too long. You're just really more of an active person. And here's our little active athlete guy. So an athlete, somebody who's like a Olympic swimmer or a professional baseball player. All these athletes out there are super active. They like working their bodies, strengthening their bodies, and they really enjoy just being active and moving about. All right, for ideas person, so the I stands for ideas. And these are people who like creating. You like creating the art. So maybe you're an artist. Maybe you love art class. It's also creative to do music. You can find creativity in just about every one of our classrooms from every teacher. So you get to express a lot of your ideas at school, and that makes it a lot of fun if you're more of an ideas or creative person. All right, so at any point with this recording, you can just pause it. And if you need to get up and move, we'll let you do that. Oftentimes in the classroom, the one thing that's really fun with the 4th and 5th graders, or actually all grades, we moved around the room. So each of these 4 letters, the P.A.I.D, we went to a different corner of the room. So you can play 4 corners at home. So just before we talk about data, I want to give you this idea. At home, you can play 4 corners, and you could go look up different careers and just make a decision about where you're going to go into the room. One corner could be for P for people. Another corner of the room could be A for active. Another corner could be I for ideas. And then the 4th one could be D for data. And you would just walk over to the area. You could pick activities if you think you could go through like recess, music, art. So you could go through the things you do in your day and decide, are they more active? Are they more about getting together with people? So you could go through the activities of your day, or you can go through different job ideas and careers if you know some of those. We use pretty easy ones in this lesson, like If we go back to, let's see, artist is pretty straightforward. And then we also talked about a construction worker that might fit for active, or maybe a fireman. Fireman could be a mix of people and active. So just coming up with really easy ideas for the parents out there. For data person, you like organizing things. You like putting things to order. We had one of our, we had Anna talk about enjoying the calendar, having the structure. So if you're really a structured person and you like to organize your day and get back to routines, you might be a data person. You might really enjoy putting things in order. All right, so a data person could be a mathematician, somebody who's out there as a math teacher, or they really enjoy math. An accountant is a job out there that people like math. And so if that's your favorite subject, you might be more of a data person. All right, and I'm assuming I've got these little bubbles in the way. My chat window is here. That's not covering anything, is it? So I've got some of my view blocked. Is your view clear on do you fit? And we got one guy going into the square and another guy getting blocked from going into the circle. Somebody could answer that. That would be awesome. Just kind of checking things out here. We can see the majority of it. Okay, so some of it's blocked. Let me get these things out of the way. I didn't know they were in the way. All clear. Okay, cool. All right, so the idea is you're yourself. These little puzzle piece people that we made, when they're blank, one possibility is you could make this be who everybody else tells you you should be instead of yourself. And we wouldn't want to do that. That would be like fitting into the square box. A lot of careers, people call it like I'm stuck in a box or stuck in a cubicle. And some people really don't like being stuck in a box, or fitting into a circle or a box. If you're really more yourself, you get this opportunity to be you. So we want to make sure you find something that you can fit in with in life. Probably just my pictures in the way, right? Let's see. Yeah, I think that's the part that's in the way. Just move that just a little bit. Hang on just one second, just trying to figure out. Let's switch this up. Our kitty's in the background, keeping you entertained a little bit. All right, cool. All right, that got that out of the way now. All right, so when you climb up the ladder of life or climb the mountains of life and you're going to your spot in the world, and even just in school, we want to make sure you feel like you understand who you are. So the project of creating our little puzzle piece people was really fun, so you could see who you are. We got another puzzle piece person, a couple of puzzle piece people here with Tomatich and Prash. So all these little puzzle piece people help you find yourself and be yourself and stick with being who you want to be. And then as we go through life and we're making our way, we do have to keep improving our skills and our learning and learn new things, so that you keep kind of climbing up higher and higher until you eventually are going to reach a job in the world, a career. And so when you get there, you want to find something that fits you. So we see this little puzzle piece person here matches that little puzzle piece person's spot. And then after that, we all get to hopefully fit together in this way where we all get to be ourselves and it works perfectly. All right, so you got to find your way. So your path might be college, your path might be going to a trade school, your path might be going to learn from somebody else who does something in the family business. So there's so many different paths, but ultimately the important things are being yourself and finding out who you are, and then finally finding something that you'd really love to do. And then we can always figure out how to get you there, just like Siri can help you get to where you want to go to on the map. All right, so we went a little bit deeper with the older kids into arranging our P.A.I.D. go to this view. All right, so when we change these around, this is a little activity you can do from home, is pick out your favorite thing. Do you like talking and being with people and talking the most? Then I put P at the top. If you really like being active, then we could get a piece of paper or your own whiteboard, and maybe you really like being active the most. And maybe people and talking is something that bothers you, and you actually like, quietly researching more. So you can move these all around, and that's something that's a little bit more advanced. Maybe the second graders could start to put these in order, but just figuring out your favorite one. Do you really like the talking? Do you really like being active in recess? Do you really like creativity, like art and music? Do you really like, is math your favorite subject? So one of your assignments for just working at this from home is just to figure out your favorite. Is it people, active, ideas, or data? What type of person are you? All right, so if you've got any questions on this, or if you'd like me to elaborate on anything, go ahead and type that in the little chat section. So I got my eye on that. And we'll get back to the story here in a moment. All right, I'll keep my eye on the questions, but we'll finish off by finishing our Dr. Seuss story here. So let me grab that. Make sure it's showing. There we go, a little puzzle piece person holding my spot. All right, so here we are. He's gotten caught in the tree there. So what's he gonna do? It says, okay, so the last page we're reading is that he was ahead of everybody and he was on top. And now it says, except when you don't, because sometimes you won't. I'm sorry to say, but sadly it's true that bang-ups and hang-ups can happen to you. You can get all hung up in a prickly perch and your gang will fly on. You'll be left in a lurch. All right, here is our next page. You can come down from that lurch with an unpleasant bump, and the chances are then that you'll be in a slump. And when you're in a slump, you're not in for much fun. Unslumping yourself is not easily done. You'll come to a place where the streets are not marked. Some windows are lighted, but mostly they're dark. A place you could sprain both your elbow and chin. Do you dare to stay out? Do you dare to go in? How much can you lose? How much can you win? And if you go in, should you turn left or right? Or right and 3/4, or maybe not quite? Or go around back and sneak in from behind? Simple it's not, I am afraid you will find, for a mind maker upper to make up his mind. Here's our next page. You can get confused, then you'll start into race down long wiggled roads at a breaknecking pace and grind on for miles across weirdish wild space, headed, I fear, toward a most useless place, the waiting place. You might kind of feel like you're in a waiting place right now. I know I kind of feel like I'm in a waiting place. Here's our next page. For people just waiting for a train to go, or a bus to come, or a plane to go, or the mail to come, or the rain to go, or the phone to ring, or the snow to snow, or waiting around for a yes or a no, or waiting for their hair to grow. It's coming back. Everyone is just waiting for the fish to bite, or waiting to want for wind to fly a kite, or waiting around for Friday night, or waiting perhaps for their Uncle Jake, or a pot to boil, or a better break, or a string of pearls, or a pair of pants, or a wig with curls, and another chance. Everyone is just waiting. Here's our next one. No, that's not for you. Somehow you'll escape all that waiting and staying. You'll find the bright places where boom bands are playing. With banner flip flapping, once more you'll ride high, ready for anything under the sky. ready because you're that kind of guy or gal. Oh, the places you'll go. There is fun to be done. There are points to be scored. There are games to be won. And the magical things you can do with that ball will make you the winningest winner of all. Fame! You'll be famous as famous can be with the whole wide world watching you win on TV. Except when they don't, because sometimes they won't. I'm afraid that sometimes you'll play lonely games too. Games you can't win, because you'll play games against you. Sometimes our thinking is kind of a game against ourselves, and it's always helpful to take a deep breath. All alone, whether you like it or not, alone will be something you'll be quite a lot. And when you're alone, there's a very good chance you'll meet things that scare you right out of your pants. There are some down the road between hither and yon that can scare you so much you won't want to go on. There's some scary sea monsters here. But on you will go through the weather, though the weather will be foul, and on you will go through the enemy's prowl. On you will go, though the Hakken-Crux howl. Onward up many a frightening creek, though your arms may get sore and your sneakers may leak. Here's our next one. All right, on and on you will hike, and I know you'll hike far and face up your problems wherever they are. You'll get mixed up, of course, as you already know. You'll get mixed up with so many strange birds as you go. So be sure when you step with care and great tact, and remember that life's a great balancing act. Just never forget to be dexterous and deft, and never mix up your right foot with your left. All right, we're almost there. All right, and you will succeed. Yes, you will indeed. 98.75% guaranteed. Kid, you'll move mountains. They're literally moving a mountain. There's our last page. So, be your name Bucksbaum or Bixby or Bray or Mordecai Alley, Ben Allen O'Shea, you're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting. So get on your way. All right, guys. That's it for today. It was great to have another little connection with you all, and I will go ahead and get this posted out to people, and you can share it on Facebook, share it any way you like, email, Facebook, and anything else, so that we can have other people maybe do a lunch and learn later today. That's what one family was going to do, is check it out over lunch. All right, so it looks like there's no questions in the little question section. Thank you all so much for coming. If you'd like to open up your mics and say goodbye, that'd be awesome. And you're welcome, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome, guys. Thanks for coming.
Take care, everybody.
All right,
Have a good
bye.
day.
Bye.